I'm Tracy with MeatRx. I'm here today with another great success story with our friend Doug. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Tracy?
I'm doing great too. Thank you for coming to the show. And
Mhm.
can you begin by telling me what was your life like before you came to a meat-based diet? What were your health conditions? What kind of foods did you eat?
Yeah, definitely. So when I first got started with carnivore, I was coming in from a ketogenic diet. Before even keto, I'll get you started right from the beginning. I was a big football player. I played football for over 10 years. And I was always told the more I ate, the harder I'd be to move, from the offensive side, the defensive side. So I would eat, honestly, anything and everything right in front of me. There was always a push to get bigger, stronger, faster, whatever I could do. And growing up, I never really had any guidance with eating. It would just be whatever there was. So growing up, I gained a lot of weight, especially after I stopped playing football. So at one point, I was close to 400 pounds. 400 pounds as a 21, 22-year-old guy. And I was sick. I was sick almost all the time, lethargic, depressed. It just when I lost that competitive spirit with football, that was something that really wanted me to kind of just change my health for the better. And I was fortunate enough to get into the ketogenic diet. My father works with many different doctors, or used to work with many different doctors, and one of them was on keto. And he came to me and said, "Hey, you should try this whole ketogenic thing." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I get to eat all the meat, the cheese, the butter, the green stuff too." But the idea was that I could eat as much of it as I wanted to, until a point of satiation.
Mhm.
So I was you would call, I guess, standard lazy keto for that better of a term for I'd say a good few years, and I dropped, I would say, about 80 pounds, around that 80 to 100 pounds. So that was just with lazy keto. I wasn't tracking. It was just eating to satiation. It was great. But like everyone else, you hit that plateau. You know what I mean? You hit that plateau and you think to yourself, okay, well, what can I do more to just kind of further that weight loss progress, maybe even gain some muscle? I joined a group called Keto Gains with Luis Villasenor and Tyler Cartwright, two great guys who have many different clients. And their philosophy was more with strength training. So strength training and adding a low carb diet. What was great about them is they really challenged my beliefs in regards to the ketogenic foods that I thought were good only because they had low carbs. And there were some foods that I was eating that they were low carb, but they weren't good for me. And that's something I had to learn, whether it be seed oils, processed carbs, even the artificial stuff. And you think to yourself, okay, well, it says 0 on the box or the label, but then you start to understand, okay, well, what if I eliminate these foods? I'm starting to feel better.
Mhm.
Okay, what if I eliminate the seed oils? I'm feeling better. Now, what if I do something crazy and I eliminate the green stuff and just all those veggies and stuff? And for me, that was almost like an aha moment. A guy on Twitter named Carnivore's Creed, I think it's like high stakes or something. He posted a meme. It was the funniest thing. It just said, "What if I told you veggies aren't necessary for optimal health?" And that kind of made me think. I'm like, well, what if I don't need them? I never tried without them. I always knew I kind of didn't like them. And when I did like them, they were just cooked to death, covered in butter, whatever I could do to make them palatable. So I eliminated them, and that was almost like the final step. When I went into full carnivore, it was July of 2017, and I've been full carnivore ever since, even getting into the raw side, the raw carnivore side. But we can kind of talk about that a little later on. The idea is that with every single step in my health journey, I started feeling better. At first, it was about weight loss and then hitting a stall. But then I started to realize with the more eliminating of foods that were causing me trouble, I started feeling better and better and better. So just, wanting to get into the gym more and wanting to do things that were improving my health. And carnivore has made me drop from that 80 to 150 pounds.
Oh,
So
wow.
now I'm around that 250, 260 range, and I feel good. And I'm eating foods that I enjoy, as much of it as I want to satiation. And I'm eating the ones that I like and I can afford, and just feeling good about it, making it my own. And that's kind of like my main message to anybody out there, just making carnivore your own. because you're going to have so many different people trying to sway you one way or the other way. But at the end of the day, it's what you choose it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to be grass-fed, finished, eating all the liver in the world, or do you want to eat your burger patties and your bacon and all those other foods? I take carnivory into like a, I guess more of just a user-friendly approach, if you want to think about it that way. I prefer raw meat. I prefer raw liver, but not everyone does. And I can understand that and I can appreciate that. So I just knew from personal experience, trying those kind of foods made me feel better. And that's why I enjoy them that way. But I think the biggest thing is just learning more about your body and the things that you put into it. And that's why ultimately I became a carnivore, and then ever since. So.
Wow. So did they call it carnivore back 3 years ago when you started in 2017?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did. I mean, I really had to learn from people like ShawnBaker, Amber O'Hearn, Safety, and a Moose, who actually got ShawnBaker started with carnivory. So really good friend of mine, the author of the Bitcoin Standard. So.
Oh, okay. So is that who influenced you to go carnivore?
It was more just Shawn himself. I mean, I followed him on Twitter and kind of was just following him. I remember he would joke about it. You know, what if I did a carnivore experiment? And, you know, would you guys be interested in that? And it was really just kind of like toying with the idea back then. Uh-huh. And then once he fully got started and just became a big proponent of it, that's kind of just when I jumped, you know, on board. I was like, you know what, let's do this. Let's give it a shot. And then just really thinking to myself, like, okay, with the veggies, I'm not gaining all the vitamins from them. They're not complete protein. And I don't feel good from eating them. So it's like, why am I even eating? So, I mean, if you want bulk and you want, you know, all these other things that aren't really necessary, then, okay, sure, you can have them. But the idea is that nutrition comes from animal-based foods. They're the most bioavailable. They're the best for your gut. They're the foods that are going to sustain life in the best way possible. And I truly believe that. I'm a firm believer in that. So.
Right. I am too. I know exactly what you're saying. So did you have any transitional issues when you switched from, you know, to keto first and then to carnivore?
I think it was more, I had to take it a step at a time. I started learning more about the foods I was putting into my body, even when I was on keto. On keto, just the seed oils and the artificial sweeteners and things that, and even like things like nuts and seeds and stuff like that. I think to myself, okay, they're keto, but I don't really feel good after eating these. I really only feel good after, you know, the big steak that I had or the burgers or, you know, those kind of foods. And I'm just like, I could try going without them and seeing how I feel. And then just noticing that I felt so much better without them. And it was an elimination process. I mean, Michaela Peterson, most people know of, she just experimented and experimented and experimented. And she got to a point where it was just, you know, beef and salt and maybe some tallow. So I would tell people to really experiment with the foods that you're eating and, you know, cut some things out that you may be questioning. And just see how it goes. I mean, it's a lot of self-experimentation and taking health into your own hands. And that's something that's really important, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds good. So then you had something happen to your life later on. Can you
a little later on, yeah. So I helped mod the World Carnivore Tribe on Facebook. Shawn started it. I had a couple good friends out there. I guess another one, Travis Statham. And we all got together on this this group, this huge Facebook group. I think it's well over 20,000 members now. And believe it or not, I met the love of my life on the site out of nowhere. We started talking and started figuring out that we wanted the same things out of life. And I made the hero's journey out a couple hours ago, drive out to see her, and we just hit it off right away. And we're actually getting married next week. So.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. So, how we met was just very, very organic. The fact that, you know, we saw health into our, you know, health was just a big part of our lives. And then just seeing how we wanted, just like I was telling you before, just more out of life, kind of like transcending from, okay, you know, we're doing all the right things in regards to our health. Why don't we share that? Why don't we share that with our friends, with our family, with each other? So, yeah.
That's
So,
great. Can we meet her?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think she's in the other room. This is my lovely fiance, Katie.
Hi.
Yep.
Hi, Katie. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
She is beautiful, Doug.
Oh, thank you.
So nice to see you both, and I'm so excited for you. It's congratulations on your upcoming wedding. What is it, a week maybe?
Yeah, exactly. 1 week from now. That's right.
Oh, wow. Awesome. I hope your plans are all going well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is challenging. I mean, a lot of family and friends couldn't be there, but the idea is that we wanted this to be our time, and we couldn't thank the tribe enough. So, if anything, you know, got to thank people like ShawnBaker and Travis and all the moderators. I mean, I bet they'll be watching this. So, hey, guys.
Awesome.
So, yeah. But if people want to find me, I'm at @right_Doug on Twitter. I post a lot about nutrition. And I'm big into Bitcoin as well. I'm good friends with Michael Goldstein and Safety and a Moose. So I think Safety was actually a part of one of the episodes, as well as Michael. I have an episode on my friend Scott Mislinski's channel. Actually, 2 different episodes, I believe. He has the podcast, what was it, the Carnivore Cast? Yeah. So I don't know if you've heard of that, but I was one of the first episodes with Scott, and Scott's a great friend of mine too. So.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, if people want to find me, get to know more about me and how I got started, my DMs are open. So if anybody wants to, you know, talk through any of their, you know, their struggles or anything that they're going through, and kind of just to relay that same message of make it your own, and, you know, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Have you influenced many people to go carnivore or keto?
Quite a bit. I mean, especially at first, given the new group. Once we started that World Carnivore Tribe, that group, a lot of different messages of people asking, okay, how do I get started, and who can I talk to, and how can I learn more? A great website by my friend Michael Goldstein. It's called justmeat.co. I don't know. Have you heard of that website?
Yes, I think I have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just a great database full of just information in regards to different carnivore groups, research, books, videos, just anything and everything pertaining to the lifestyle, and how we're not the first ones to get started. There's many different studies, and, you know, everybody kind of links Stephenson and the Bear and all these different others who kind of were the real veterans. So we couldn't thank them enough to kind of, you know, put our minds and our hearts at ease with everything that we're going through. We think, oh, we're doing this all on our own. No, there's a huge community out there of people who are really just, you know, learning more about themselves and their health, and just wanting to spread that just to everyone around them, because they know how good they feel. They want everyone else to feel the same way they're feeling. So
yes, that's so important. I mean, yeah. I know that these people, you know, when they watch these videos or they read success stories, it really, really helps people. And I appreciate you so much coming to share yours with us.
Oh, absolutely.
It was wonderful to meet you, Katie. You look beautiful. You guys both look so great.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, and like we said before, we're very excited for, you know, what's to come. We're both young. I mean, we're in our 20s. So,
Fun way to eat. Very young. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we got a long way to go, but with every step of the way, we're always learning. We're continuing to learn, but we want to be there for people. We want to help people as well. So if anything, you know, check me out and check out justmeat.co. You know, you got MeatRx. You can follow ShawnBaker. You can follow all these other different people who are in the same place that you are. And I think that's one of the most important things. When I got started back in 2017, I made a few fringe good friends, and it was challenging. It was really challenging. I had to really dig into the research, figure out, okay, why is this going to be good for me? And if I remove these foods, am I still going to get those other vitamins, minerals, fatty acids? And yes, you get everything in its most bioavailable form in meat.
Yes.
Yes. So, and that's something that, you know, it blows people's brains, but it's true. It's 100% true. You can look up all the information on it. You can look up people who've been doing this diet for much, much, much longer than me. So,
Yeah, and you might even find someone to marry.
Yeah, you just might.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anything on that, Katie?
Well, I mean, I don't know if like you kind of shared a little bit, I guess, of the details. I don't know how much people really know.
Well, how we met, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't add too much, but it was more so I was explaining how just, we wanted the same things out of life, and then we were learning, more about our health and how we wanted to spread that to others.
Yeah. I mean, I really got lucky to find him, even though like I'm still kind of trying to adjust to the diet. Like I kind of fall off a little bit, but he definitely encourages me on the right track. And I'm definitely doing a lot better in my health than I used to be, because I used to kind of be more interested in the plant-based stuff, because it was very popular on YouTube and everybody was saying it was so healthy. So that kind of threw me off in the wrong direction. I was having like a lot of gluten-free, dairy-free stuff, but it was like a lot of almond flour, so kind of the oxalates and all of that. But definitely taking that stuff out, it's been really good, and just a more meat-focused diet. So I'm really glad I went on there, and it's so much fun. So
you've had a lot of healing then over a period of time.
Yeah, definitely. Like I used to get like really terrible like stomach aches, or like I'd feel bloated pretty much after whatever it was that I ate. And I almost like started to think that I had like IBS. But just eating lower carb has really helped that a lot, which has been really good.
Awesome. You guys are doing so good. I just love hearing this.
Yeah.
It's so cool because you're young and you look great. Both of you do, and you have no place to go but up, right?
Right. Yeah. And just like I said before, just wanting to spread that message out to everyone and, our future family one day. So.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations once again. And thank you for sharing your story. I know it's helped many people, and I'm so excited to meet someone that has been a carnivore for so long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasure meeting you. And I hope, in the future, once everything kind of settles down with this pandemic, we're ready to go out and meet people again. I mean, I was ready to go to both KetoCon as well as Amber's event out in Boulder. So I was ready. I was actually going to be a staff member at that. I was going to, help out because I was at the last one. That was a lot of fun too, CarnivoreCon. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was at the last one that we had. This year got canceled, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll find a way to get there next year. So
yeah, I hope so. I sure hope so.
Yeah.
You guys have a great wedding. Wow.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All your planning done pretty good?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's always a million different things to do, but just take it a step at a time, just like how I got into carnivore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see you around the community then.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm definitely a big part of the community. Like I said, I'm a moderator on World Carnivore Tribe. You can reach out at @right_Doug. I'm there for the community. I mean, I know how much my life changed when I transitioned from keto and then keto to carnivore. Every step of the way, I started feeling better. I started to feel more alive. And that's something I just want for so many people around me that just don't think to even consider taking health into their own hands, because you have the power to do that. A lot of people kind of go around thinking, okay, I'm doing everything that I need to do. I'm checking the boxes, but they don't ever question it. They just kind of do as they're told. But once you start questioning things, and once you really start digging into just research and books and just really good people that, only want what's best for your health, then you start to realize, okay, and then you start feeling it. It's really just a feeling of it all, just for me personally. So started as weight loss, and then I stayed for the, feeling great. So.
Yeah, I hear that a lot in all these interviews. It's so cool. And you have such a passion to share it with people and to help people. That is really, really awesome. I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Y'all have a great weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.